Good morning, everyone. So, in the previous lecture, we were discussing about the space technology, and some of the portion is still left now. Today, after the completion of space technology, just few portion even left. I'll start the next chapter that will be the information and communication technology. So, throughout the year, whatever the topics related to the communication information technology, that will be also my entire discussion part here in this case. So this was the PDF. I think you people got this PDF, and I save your time also, because dictation part in this short period of time is not possible. But yeah, somehow if some more discussion is required, so I am doing with you guys. Just a minute. So it's okay. This is unit number 3, and I hope you all guys have a PDF. This PDF, it is already reached. Okay. Hello. Fine. These are the topics. I'm going to just brush up it. The discussion I have done in the last lecture. Nishar project, I told you it is very, very important. So Nishar project, I told you it is very, very important. Okay, everyone. It's a very, very important. And you people know very well that this is a work which US and India both are working together. Okay, whether India and the US both are working together. And this is the reason both space agency name NASA and ISRO is even used in this case. Okay, after Nishar, I remember I have discovered with the synthetic aperture radar. It's a very specific aperture radar, even radar. Those have a planning to use in the case of Nishar project. And the benefit of the synthetic aperture radar that a small fraction of changes, even if happen on the Earth's surface, it can watch properly. And this is the reason, guys, a very high results, high level of result the synthetic aperture radar can provide you. What about a higher level of research? Even guys, movement of plates, you know, earthquake when happen, movement of plates, it can check very well about the movement of plates. And movement of plate, I hope you know very well how much the genius, results it will provide. Okay, how much? Whereas earth movement, even the plate movement, still people cannot identify, human cannot identify. Through the help of satellite, we can check it. Okay, in that way, guys. Time-lapse movie, that will also provide the through the help of synthetic aperture. Time-lapse movie, I hope you know, guys. Time-lapse movie. What is a time-lapse movie? Okay. Actually, this is also option in your mobile phone. Time-lapse movie is also option in your mobile phone. A fraction changes. Okay, in your mobile phone, if you people are doing any video recording channel, if you keep this option time-lapse movie, so very fastly each and every actions are going to record here. Okay, so this is the reason time-lapse movie and all the small changes, fractional changes. Yeah, the synthetic aperture radar was the best one. Okay, synthetic aperture radar was the best one. There are few Earth observation satellites, even the CMS satellites, communication satellites, a part of the launch vehicle PSLV C-49, PSLV C-50, PSLV C-51. I already discussed with you. Okay, and later on I have discussed with you about the recent PSLV. Okay, I told you guys every year there is some satellites and launch vehicles. Those India launch, even very, very important. But the last year hardly 3. So here in this case have very less number of updates. And this discussion I have done the previous lecture. Growth India telescope, I also told you guys. AstroSat, it is again very, very important. This was the question in 2016. Aditya L1, I told you what is the importance of L1 and halo orbit. Okay, L1 and halo orbit can be a question in your paper. You people remember. Okay, people. Shukriyan, I'm expecting this question again for your paper. Okay, fine. I'm expecting it, guys. So, Indian Space Research Organizations, 20 space-based experiment that will perform here. Just a minute. Fine. And target is by 24. Yeah, maybe it can go up to 2026. But I think so India will make history by 2024. Okay, GSLV, MK2 and all will use there. Future mission of India, I told you guys, Chandrayaan 3, Gangayaan, Gaganyaan, lunar. Okay, lunar polar exploration missions. Okay, lunar polar exploration mission, Aditya L1, Reset 1A, Nishar. Okay, Mangalyaan 2, Shukrayaan 1. These all are here, guys. Last day we are here under the. So this was the topic, those discussion I was doing here. And sorry guys, this is just a power cut. So that's why it happened. I think so now everything will fine. Okay. So we are here and the topic of discussion was topic of discussion here, what is it? I think Badu. Okay, so Badu, that is a discussion. You just come here and see Badu is still very, very important in this year. Okay, Badu is very important for this year. Why it is important? See guys. Actually, in this background, okay, first of all, I'll give you some background. Those are important. What is the GPS and its background? Okay, first you come here. It is very, very important. GPS, global positioning system. Okay, this is a global positioning system. What is the function of global positioning system? You know, the purpose of global positioning system is the navigation. And one thing more, I'll tell you guys how GPS is working. So the answer is through the help of satellites. Through the help of satellites. And see, those satellites people are using, they are in different orbits for GPS purposes. But one thing I'll tell you in the beginning, there are two levels of GPS. Okay, there are two levels of GPS. The one that is called as a regional GPS and second is called as a global GPS. Here I will tell you, the one is called as a global GPS. One is called as a global GPS and second is what? This is a regional GPS. This is called as a regional GPS. So regional GPS will be only for the certain location of a country. Regional GPS will be only for certain location of a country. Just like I can tell you guys, India's GPS. Like two example I'll tell you about the regional GPS. Just like India, in the reference of India, two GPS India have. Those are the regional GPS. The one is called Gagan. The one is called as a Gagan, and second is called as a IRNSS. GPS aided geo augmented navigation, Gagan, and India Regional Navigation Satellite System. These all GPS only cover India, and across the India up to 1500 kilometer distance you can watch very easily through the help of IRNSS. So ultimately India and some outskirt area, guys. It's not whole world images is going to cover, but those discussion, those Badu was in the current affairs news. It was a global GPS. Okay, it was a global GPS. Global GPS means it cover the entire world images. So global GPS means it cover the entire world images. Okay, it cover entire world images. And one thing more here, those are very, very important. You should know. What is here in this case of global GPS? See guys, how global GPS is working. Yeah, overall GPS are working. GPS are working through the help of particular geographical imagery lines. What are the imagery lines on the globe? You will know very well. This is the globe, guys. This is the globe. On this globe have a different imaginary lines like latitude, longitude, altitudes. So what are here? Latitude, longitude and altitudes. So how GPS are working? GPS are working through the help of latitude, longitude and altitude. So GPS are working through the help of latitude, longitude and altitudes, and all these are the imaginary lines. Again I repeat, all these are imaginary lines. Okay everyone, fine. So everywhere, everyone in the different location in the respect of latitude, longitude and altitudes. See, for the global GPS, one statement that I'll tell you guys. The world's first global GPS was installed in 1970s. 1970s, it was a NavStar. It was a NavStar. NavStar navigation, satellite and ranging. It was a US GPS. US GPS. The world's first GPS was a US GPS. Its name was a NavStar. It was a global GPS, I'm telling you, not regional GPS. Okay, the world's second global GPS was GLONASS. I hope you heard it, GLONASS. GLONASS. It was a Russian GPS. Okay, but it also covered the worldwide global navigation satellite system. Global navigation satellite system. Okay, global navigation satellite system, this is GLONASS. And third one here guys, after NavStar and GLONASS, okay, third one is here, this is called as a BeiDou. That was in the news. And this BeiDou is, I can tell you guys, BAIDOU. BAIDOU, that was in the news. BeiDou, it was a news guys earlier that BeiDou will be globalized by 2020. And there was a news in 2020. Now BeiDou is globalized, and now here guys, the name of BeiDou has been changed as a COMPAS. So don't be confused with the BeiDou or COMPAS, both are same. And this BeiDou was in the news guys. Okay, every media, everybody is saying that India is ahead from China. You must be clear guys, though there is a lot of gap between India and China. This China has already installed the global GPS, and India has still not thought about global GPS. India is maximum up to regional like Gagan and IRNSS. Okay, the China is still here ahead from India in many aspects. Fine, so that is the BeiDou, and BeiDou is being COMPAS. Okay, India based GPS, remember the Gagan and IRNSS. Okay, I'll come there, but first you finish BeiDou. That was in the news guys. How the BeiDou is installed? Through the help of certain satellites. The entire feature of BeiDou you come. But remember guys, in this background I have given you how GPS is working through the help of satellites. And one thing more guys, satellites we are putting into the different orbits. Okay, satellites we are putting into the different orbits. Okay, of that orbit discussion I'm not doing. It's entirely the static part of 2-3 hours discussions. I don't like to discuss here. Okay, but regional GPS in the respect of India is 2 only. Gagan, IRNSS. Worldwide, how many GPS are global? So 3. Again I repeat. NavStar US based, GLONASS Russian, BeiDou is a China, and one more which is very close to globalized, that is called Galileo. One more which is very close to globalized, that is called Galileo. This is Galileo. Galileo is a European Union based. Galileo is what? This is a European Union based GPS. Okay. So Galileo is what? This is a European Union based GPS. So you remember. Okay, it's a European Union based GPS. Okay, now come next into the factual data guys. Okay, now come here. This was the factual data, those I have given you. Okay, this is the factual data, and here we'll go here about the discussion of BeiDou guys. BeiDou. So background of BeiDou I have given you, and you must be clear guys that BeiDou is recently globalized. That's why BeiDou is in the news, and because of BeiDou you must be clear about the all global GPS. Okay, all global GPS, the name of it. And the fourth global GPS of the world, it will be, okay, Galileo, European Union based. It will be Galileo, European Union based. And now this is the answer, current affairs. China has completed its BeiDou navigation satellite system constellation in June 2000. I hope a background and everything you people very clear. Okay, fine. Background and everything you people very clear. Fine. See, what about the resolution is here is around 2.2 meter. 2.22 meter, under 10 meters of resolutions, even positional accuracy of under 10 meters, GPS predicted positional accuracy of up to 2.2 meter. See, China initiated the BeiDou work in 1994. It is okay. Fine. What about the work? Through the help of the GPS, China will perform fishery, agriculture, special care, mass market application, forestry, and the public security. Public security. And BeiDou offer the services, many of them, accurate positioning, navigation, timing, as well as a short message communication. Everywhere it will work. Another question is, how many constellation of satellites? How many constellation of satellites under the Beidou project? Okay, China installed. Here have some facts. Total 27 constellation of satellites in the medium Earth orbit. Medium Earth orbit are those around 20,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface. Okay, here around 27 satellites was launched. And medium Earth orbit satellite was an inclined orbit. It was an inclined orbit. It was an inclined orbit. Actually, if you go into the background of orbit, there are three types of orbit. Okay, there are three types of orbit: LEO, MEO, and GEO. And position wise, three guys. Position wise, polar orbit. Position wise, polar orbit, inclined or transitional orbit, and equatorial orbit. Equatorial orbit. Okay, inclined orbit are called as a medium orbit. It is called medium Earth orbit. This is also called as a medium Earth orbit. And the distance of inclined orbit is around 5,000 to 20,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So 5,000 to 20,000 kilometers from the Earth's surface. So ultimately what happened? The medium Earth orbit, those are the inclined in positions. What about the inclined position? Very simple guys. Suppose this is a satellite in my hand. Suppose this is a satellite in my hand. Everybody know this is the polar position. If satellite is moving in this direction, it is called as a polar positions. Okay, if satellite is moving plane of equator in this way, it is called as a equatorial satellite. If satellites are in between, it's called medium orbit. It's called what? Medium orbit. Yeah, what? Medium orbit, yeah, transfer orbit, yeah, inclined orbit, because the position is inclined. So now you come here. Actually, in the case of what? Beidou. Okay, in the case of Beidou, 27 satellites are here into the medium or inclined or transitional orbit at a distance of 20,000 kilometers. 1 point. A part of 5 in the geostationary orbit, 5 into the geostationary orbit, and 3 in the inclined geosynchronous orbit. Okay, geostationary and geosynchronous are what? The distance of 36,000 kilometer, 36,000 kilometer plus minus 5,000 to 6,000 kilometer distance. So plus minus 5,000 to 6,000 kilometer distance. This is the observations. And now through the help of these three types of satellites, but the number wise 27 plus 5 and plus 3. So around total how much? Around 35 satellites. Total 35 satellites constellations. They are working together especially for one purpose, entire world images. And see, India did not launch this much of huge number of satellites. And even India did not launch any of the satellite till now into the medium Earth orbit. So sir, China is ahead in the case of global GPS? Yes. And what about India? India is still not thinking about the global GPS. This time the India's best GPS, okay, regional GPS is here, and that is the IRNSS. And this IRNSS, you know guys, this IRNSS. Okay, here UPSC also asks the questions. This IRNSS here UPSC asks the question one time in the prelims examination and one time in the mains examination. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. Okay, this is the regional GPS of India. Indian Regional Navigation Satellite System. Okay, this is the one GPS. Okay, and one more GPS that you must be know, that is called Gagan. Here is a possibility to be a question in your paper because these are the regional GPS of India. Gagan, its full form is GPS aided. Its full form is GPS aided geo augmented navigation. GPS aided geo augmented navigations. So Gagan is what? GPS aided geo augmented navigation. This is called Gagan. Okay, actually the purpose of Gagan was to modernize air traffic. Just few information I want to tell you according to the prelims examination only. It was the purpose of Gagan was to modernize air traffic. Actually, our air traffic have some risk factor. Suppose weather is not good, fog is there, congestion is there, most of the plane is moving or coming down. So in this period of time, okay, there is a lot of problem into the air traffic. And those radar system earlier we people use their radar system not properly work. Those radar system we people used earlier guys, it was not properly work. And this is the reason there was a lot of problem in this case. Okay, there were a lot of problem in this case. And this is the reason have a lot of places even the risk prone factor. And here have a matter of life of human being. Okay, many years back, guys, a Mangalore airport accident happened. If you go on Google, I think 2006 weeks around, plus minus 1-2 year. Okay, and all the passengers die at the same time because the aeroplane है ना वो खाई वाई में गिर गया था. That was a tabletop runway. Recently, during COVID period of time, in Kerala, one of the flight was also fell down somehow into the khai vagera mein. Okay, but not totally. It's only front portion, even damage and some casualty only happened. But the Mangalore airport accident, while a small runway was there. Okay, and the plane could not stop properly, and the whole entire flights, the flights. Okay, aircrafts entered into the khai, and every passenger died on the spot, guys. Okay, so here in this area of hilly areas, Leh, Ladakh, this type of areas, here radar system not properly work, have a lot of chances of casualty. Okay, in these areas have a lot of chances of casualty. So this is here, guys, Gagan, to modernize air traffic. For that purposes, here for the Gagan purposes, Airport Authority of India and ISRO, they work together. Airport Authority of India and ISRO, they work together. Airport Authority of India has given the entire funding to make this Gagan project successful, install in India. And ISRO installed 3 satellites. So 3 installation of satellites. So 3 installation of satellites happen here under it. Total 3 constellation of satellite happen under it. So 3 installation of satellites here. Okay, Airport Authority of India has paid it because who launched the satellite? Of course, ISRO. In this way, 3 constellation of satellites are fully working in India, and now India is safe and secure. So how many satellites? And all the satellites are actually in the geosynchronous orbit. All are into the geosynchronous orbit. What is the geosynchronous orbit? Again, I'll tell you, 36,000 kilometer plus minus 5,000 to 6,000. This is the satellite where this is the orbit. Geosynchronous orbit is orbit where the satellite will repeat further on the same time at the same positions. The same time and the same position satellite repeat. Okay, that is a feature of geosynchronous. Okay, concept part I will not discuss to how the earth is moving, how the same time on the same aspect is possible, but you remember. So geosynchronous here, the time period and the location, every time it will be same. If suppose 4 p.m. satellite is here, so again next day 4 p.m. satellite will be there. The time period and the satellite locations, okay, always fixed in the particular period of time. Okay, fine. So this is the geosynchronous, and distance of geosynchronous satellite 36,000 kilometer, 5,500 to 5,000 to 6,000 kilometer plus minus. Okay, fine. So it's a Gagan, and now the Gagan is fully operational. It is working. Purpose again, modernize air traffic. IRNSS. IRNSS was required even for the safety and security of our nations. It was required for the safety and security of our nation. Okay, how safety and security of our nation will possible through the help of IRNSS? First of all, I'll tell you guys, during the Kargil war, we did not have the IRNSS type of facility. Okay, because Kargil war those happened, Pakistani bunkers was in the hilly regions, and we people were in the lower regions. So it was difficulty to find out the bunkers, because in that time there was not any satellites in this particular region of India. Okay, that time India request to America for the NavStar facility. NavStar, navigation, satellite and ranging, US based, the world global GPS. In that time it was installed. And the Kargil was in 1998. US refused it. US has not given you the help of it. And that is the reason, guys, US has not given you the help of it. And that is the reason, guys, India realized their own mistake and India started to do work for the IRNSS. Okay, and IRNSS under it, total 7 constellation of satellites. Finally, India set up, but later on, after this massive casualty, guys, neither most of the soldiers' life we people could save. 7 constellation of satellites even held, 3 into the geostationary Earth orbit and the 4th into the geosynchronous transfer orbit. It was a question of prelims paper 2017. Okay, 17-18 UPSC asked the question, and UPSC mentioned 3 satellites in the geo and the 4 is GTO. It was right, geostationary Earth orbit and geosynchronous transfer orbit. Geostationary Earth orbit is a circular orbit, 36,000 kilometer distance have a satellite. But geosynchronous transfer orbit is what? That is somehow elliptical. And here distance will be how much? 36,000 plus minus 5,000 to 6,000. This is the case of geosynchronous transfer orbit. This is the case of geosynchronous transfer orbit. And now through the help of 7 constellation of satellite. You know, the first satellite of IRNSS was IRNSS 1A. 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, 1F, 1G. You know, these are the 7 constellation of satellite. The first satellite of IRNSS was launched in 2013 and the 7th was launched in 2016. So now from 2016 onwards, I can tell you IRNSS is fully constellation happened and now it is entirely working. So fully constellation and now it is entirely working. Okay, now it is entirely working here. So you must be clear. Now come next, guys. And how this picture and images are going to capture? See how the picture images are going to capture. Very simple, guys. See here. See here. Suppose this is the entire India. With the help of 7 constellation of satellite, entire India, the one side is going to cover, but a part of this, guys, from the bordering areas up to 1500 kilometer distance. Up to 1500 kilometer distance, you can also watch. And this type of IRNSS will be used under 2 systems. IRNSS will have a 2 purpose. So there are 2 systems under IRNSS. The one is the SPS and second is the PPS. SPS is called as a standard positioning system. SPS is called as a standard positioning system. SPS is called as a standard positioning system. And PPS is called as a precision positioning system. Precision one you can call as an encrypted one. Encrypted means definitely it is more safe and secure. As like you people can see your Facebook is encrypted, Facebook Messenger. Your Telegram is encrypted, your WhatsApp encrypted. Encrypted means more safe and secure. This is the reason standard positioning system will be utilized for civilian users. And encrypted one will be utilized for defense or military purposes. It will be utilized for defense or military purposes. So it will be utilized for defense or military purposes. Okay, it will be utilized for defense and military purposes. One more addition into the IRNSS. What is it? About NAVIC. If you have read the static part, I hope you people heard the name of NAVIC. What is NAVIC? Navigation Indian Constellations. Navigation Indian Constellation. That is the full form of NAVIC. Navigation, NAV, I for Indian, C for constellation. The full form of NAVIC is a Navigation Indian Constellations. What is here under the Navigation Indian Constellation? See guys, actually. Okay, when Narendra Modi became a Prime Minister, he has dedicated the work of IRNSS also for the fishermen of India. Those IRNSS was actually purpose earlier for the military purposes. That is okay, it installed for the military and civilian both, but in the beginning it was requirement for the military purposes. Because those Kargil mein we have suffered, we never want to suffer again, even to not safe and secure our bordering areas. Okay, and US refuse all. That story I told you guys. This is the reason here. Okay, this is the reason here. So now what will come here in this case? Okay, Navigation Indian Constellation, even by mistake guys, fishermen enter into the other boundaries in the oceans. Land have a boundary. Okay, that's why the people understand now the Bangladesh is coming, now China is coming, they are entering here, we are restriction, but ocean have not this much of restriction, you not have any boundary, it's an open ocean. And suppose by chance by mistake you enter into the Sri Lanka area, Bangladesh regions, so the coast guards will arrest you. Now it's a matter of your life. Even you are genuine person, you are not any spy, any wrong activities you are doing, you are literally a fisherman of India. So here government will provide you a device, and through the help of that device, here government will provide you a device, and through the help of that device, what will come? Through the help of this device guys, okay, a fisherman will identify that up to here have a India, and then they will come back, they will not across the other countries. So safety and security. In this way of fishermen of India, and that's why the IRNSS work, okay, also dedicated for the fishermen of India, it become popular as a NAVIC. It became here what? As a NAVIC. NAVIC means Navigation Indian Constellations. So NAVIC means Navigation Indian Constellation, kindly remember. Okay, Navigation Indian Constellation, you people remember it. So it's an entire concept in this case. Okay everyone, fine. So it is an entire concept in this case. Now come next into the current affairs part. But GPS based question UPSC asks, prelims and mains both. Because of Baidu, I have given you entire discussion of GPS. Only orbit part was not possible. Only the name of orbit I told you. Okay. ISRO announces the Bhuvan. Yes, Bhuvan. Actually, Bhuvan is also a kind of Bhuvan is also the kind of portal, geo portal. But here you just see about the ISRO announces a new Bhuvan recently. Okay, Department of Space. Here, who is working? Department of Space is working. Okay, Department of Space is, and see, ISRO is coming actually under Department of Space. ISRO is working actually under Department of Space. Okay, a memorandum of understanding even signed with Geospatial Technology Company C Infosystem Private Limited. This is the company. With that, and ISRO have a memorandum of understanding. It was passed in 2000. Okay, this memorandum of understanding was signed on 11th February 2021. So C Infosystem Private Limited. Okay, the purpose was what? A geospatial portal. To build a holistic geospatial portal utilizing the Earth observation data sets, Navig, web services and APIs. Okay, what is here? I hope you people understood. Like human being can access our locations. Okay, in your mobile phone and all. You people can access the location just like you people are using the Google map. So right now you people will use the Bhuvan map. Okay, and that is a India base you can use for navigation purposes in India. So that you people remember, ISRO recently announced the Bhuvan. Bhuvan was also earlier. Okay, Bhuvan was also earlier a kind of geospatial. Okay, positions. And see one of the availability in Map My India. So application program interface available in Map My India. I hope you understood. The entire India mapping will be there. Okay, and see the geospatial portal will be called Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. Okay, these geospatial portal will call as what? Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. What are these? What are these? You see here, guys. You see here, guys. Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. Okay, Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. Bhuvan is a national geoportal developed, hosted by ISRO, comprising the geospatial data services. Vedas is a visualization of Earth observations data and archival system. So it will properly map the Earth images and all. Okay, and why it is important? For the many kind of research purposes. Okay, the land mapping, whatever. In this case, it will help us. And Mosdak definitely meteorological and oceanographic satellite data archival center. So somehow you understood it will help us to provide the weather forecastings. So under the Bhuvan, guys, under the Bhuvan, overall if you see, so there are different other contribution will also be here through the help of these satellites. Okay, Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. So you remember this is a Bhuvan, Vedas and Mosdak. All purposes for that it will be used. India and the space devices, it's not much important, but even it was a news, guys. Like National Supercomputing Mission. Okay, predicted the collision of space devices. Okay, so aiming to develop a method to predict the collision from the space debris, a national supercomputing mission, okay, was even funded by Triple IIT Delhi. And see, it was implemented by Department of Science and Technology, and the project title is the Orbit Computation of Residence Space Object for the Space Situational Awareness. Actually, guys, this is very, very important. There are massive number of satellites are in their own orbits, and with time these numbers are also going to increase. If any other chances of the satellite collisions are there, so somehow this platform will work to find out all the observations. So maybe we people will try to reduce this type of impact, because when I space debris, when I space satellites or anything, they will do the collision with another one. Massive space debris generates, and these space debris can also be a problem for the rest of the other mission. Those are working, they can do collisions. And if they will do the collision, guys, so multiple fragments again form. So already a debris will be stored in the space, and the coming future we will not have ability to send the space satellite as space missions. Neither it will do the collision with the space debris, and further more debris form. So it will have a difficulty. So this is the entire thing here. I hope you understood. So the purpose: orbit computation of residence space objects for space situational awareness. For space situational awareness. Okay, and definitely, guys, these are the threats. These are the threats. Space debris poses a global threat. Okay, it poses a global threat. Reason: those communication, transports, every system are connecting through the satellite, weather forecasting, climate studies and all. Remote sensing purposes, okay, they can damage these all the activities. And the purpose is what? Through the help of this, about we will predict about the collision chances of the space debris and all. So it's some observations recently in the India. I have one more statement that I discussed in the static class, but because this was in the news, so I want to tell you guys. You people remember the name Kessler syndrome? Okay, as for objective, you people remember the Kessler syndrome. Kessler was an astronaut. Okay, he has done a lot of studies of the space and all, and he provided information first time about the space debris. A problem, space junk or space debris is going to increase in the space, and that got popular as a name of Kessler syndrome. So Kessler syndrome is what it is related to the space junk or space debris. Those are going to generate into the space time to time. They are increasing in the space time to time. This is the relation of it. So what actually Kessler syndrome is, I hope everybody clear. Okay, so what about the Kessler syndrome is, I hope everybody clear. So if UPSC asks a question Kessler syndrome, so remember it, it's not a kind of any disease, because syndrome type of term generally used for the diseases. Okay, abnormalities, Klinefelter, Edward, Patau, you know, those people know about the biological science, they can understand. But I'm telling you here the meaning of syndrome is related to space junk or space debris. It is not related with any disease. Yeah, abnormalities. Okay, so it's a good question I'm expecting. One more discussion that is called Netra. Okay, one more discussion that is called Netra. Netra is also ISRO setup. Okay, just 2-3 lines about it, the Netra guys. Somehow it will also help us to provide the awareness. It will also help to provide the awareness. Actually, what is the purpose of it? Okay, what is the purpose of it? Even many objects we are sending in the space. Many objects we will even send in the space. Okay, and it will watch all the objects those we people send in the space, and this is the reason it provides us safeguard mechanisms. Okay, safeguard mechanisms through the help of Netra. Netra. Okay, that name is a Netra. Netra was situational awareness. Is a space situational awareness. You remember? Netra is what? It is a space situational awareness. SSA. Okay, Netra is what? It is a space situational awareness control center. Okay, it is a ISRO dedicated center, especially the work for space situational awareness. Last December 2020 in the Bangalore it was set up. So December 2020. So last December means December 2020 it's set up there guys, and it is the important one because it will watch space debris, space assets. Okay, space assets from the space debris it will try to save. Space assets are what? Space assets are what? Those satellites and all we have installed successfully into the space and they are working. So somehow, especially against the space debris and all, space based many satellites and all, they do the any collisions or not. For that purposes, Netra even also working. Its key objective is what? Monitor, track and protect the national space assets. National space asset is what? National space asset is the satellites I'm telling you. And its function hub of all SSA activities. SSA activity means space situational awareness activities. Only few countries have this type of activities like US, Russia and Europe. And now India is also coming under that objects. Under this country to track space objects. To track space objects and share collision warnings. Okay, and do the collision warning. And this is the reason guys, suppose massive type of collision or something is going to be happen into the space. So somehow we can reduce these collisions. Okay, and save this space for the future projects, for the future purposes. Today even one time a question came in UPSC examination mains paper. If number of geostationary satellite those are sending in the space guys, today they are less in number. Okay, but with time this number is going to increase. So if very huge number of geostationary satellite will be in the space at 36,000 kilometer distance, so what type of problems are possible? The problems are possible guys, signals interferences. Problems are possible there guys, collision chances. Okay, many other problems can be also there when people are going to send the signals to earth, to the ground guys. So there is other satellites whenever they are going to pass, yeah, something is coming, so there is some frequency disturbances are also there. So the informations, yes, whatever the facility you want to take, it will be not better. Okay, it will be not better. So in this way guys, have many negatives are possible. Okay, and that was a question guys a long back. UPSC asked this question in your mains paper. Okay, a long back this UPSC asked in your paper. Okay, now come. So it was the overall related to the space work, and I discussed with you. Okay, I discussed with you. So what about the maximum possibility of current affairs based contemporary parts? Current affairs and their own statics. I just to discuss it. And in this way I can guess the topics of information communication technology. Now come the fourth, information and communication technology, fourth unit. Now here I will also try my best. Okay. And the first article that is related here about try. And I'm expecting try itself be a good question as a separate question, try in your paper. So as a separate question, try in your paper. So let's start with try. But one thing before going to start try. Listen. If any dispute or problem happen in India regarding information and communication technology, if any dispute or problem happen in India regarding information and communication technology, so who will try to resolve this issue? Answer is try. At first level, who will try to resolve this issue? Try. What is try? You have seen Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. At first level, if any problem or dispute arise, who try to resolve this issue? Try. Try means Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. Fine. If suppose try could not resolve at the first step, then what will be the next? See, now this matter will transfer through the help of appellate board. A tribunal will set up, guys. At second level what happened? A tribunal will set up. The first level, who try to resolve? Try. If try could not even resolve this issue, still the issue persists, then a separate tribunal will set up, and this tribunal is called TDSAT. What is the full form of TDSAT? Try, though you already have seen. Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. TDSAT is what? Telecom Dispute Settlement Appellate Tribunal. Telecom Dispute Settlement Appellate Tribunal. This is TDSAT. A separate tribunal will set up, and this tribunal will try to resolve this issue. Which issue? Try issue. Any issues those information communication technology happen. So this tribunal will try to resolve this issue. And suppose this tribunal is still not resolve this issue. So at final level, guys, Supreme Court decision will be the final decision. And here it is mandatory, everybody will follow it at anyhow. Supreme Court decision will be the final decision here in this case. The first level try, second level TDSAT, and the final level is what? That is a Supreme Court decision will be the final decision. So Supreme Court decision will be the final decision here in this case. Okay, fine. Now come back about the try. Actually, try have a lot of importance for India. Recently, one of the part like PM Vani launch. Here again the try is there. So first you listen try and their importance, and then I'll give you about some importance about the PM Vani, WANI, that was recently in the news. So this PDF you will also get it, guys. Fine. And current affairs mein, even this is fine. If you people start to write it, okay, so you will waste your time. So this way I'll giving you the next PDF again. So finally I think so I'll save your time, and in a small period of time I'll try to touch every aspects. That's what the news in the recent last 1 year. Okay, so in the recent last 1 year. Come here. So try, Telecom Regulatory Authority of India. It was established on 20th February 1997. Okay, factual data you just listen. 20th February 1997. Purpose with the mission to create and nurture the condition for the growth of telecommunication in India. You can guess the growth of telecommunication in India. That is the purpose of TRI. Purpose regularly issues orders. The purpose of TRAI regularly issues orders and directions on tariffs, interconnections, quality of services, direct to home DTS services, and mobile number portability. These all type of services. Those are working in India. Behind it have a TRAI. Actually, on 1st January 2016, a very important rule TRAI brought. What was the rule? If during call your phone call drop, they will get a 1 rupees balance in your account. Yes, because it's a problem of the companies, those they are providing you the that's why your phone call disconnect. You know what happened, guys? Earlier I'm telling you, 2015 2000 people were talking just to call, in between call disconnect and 1 rupee detect. Till 2016 when Jio not came, because when Jio came, the calling free, only 300 350 recharge. I hope you people know very well. But before Jio, guys, for the calling have a money, and if suppose you people call to someone else, just few words discussion happen and suddenly your call drop happen, your 1 rupees deduct. And now here TRAI has given the even decision in the favor of you. Call drop happen, 1 rupee it will come into the account of persons, not detect. It will be there. And 3 times TRAI allow. If 3 times it happen, so 3 times 1 rupee will transfer in your accounts. Not 3, then more than 3 times. वैसे भी इतना तो ड्रॉप किसी का होगा नहीं. फाइन, तो एटलीस्ट 3 times the TRAI make it mandatory. If you read out, guys, so we'll get it. So onwards, consumer will compensate it for the call drop under TRAI rule. In this case, mobile users will get the compensation of ₹1 for every drop call, but it will be limited to a maximum 3 drop call in a day. उससे ज़्यादा कॉल ड्रॉप होने पे आपको कोई एक्स्ट्रा पैसे नहीं. ओनली 3 कॉल तक यू विल गेट इट 1 रुपीज़ 1 यानी 3 रुपीज़ तक यू विल गेट अ बेनिफिट. जो आपके 3 रुपए कटने थे वो नहीं कटेंगे. दिस इज अ बेनिफिट. इट डज नॉट मीन 3 रुपए नहीं कटेंगे और एक्स्ट्रा 3 रुपए आएंगे तो 6 रुपए का फायदा हो गया ना. ना 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 ना, डोंट नो, और मतलब डोंट थिंक लाइक इट. ओके सर, एक्स्ट्रा 3 रुपीज़ वाई नॉट? अरे एक्स्ट्रा थे नहीं, जो कटा ये नहीं कटेगा तो इधर 3 रुपया. TRAI administered through a secretariat. Ab I'm not going. Secretariat means, it means, guys, you people as a IAS officer, when you promote, you will be here in this job. Even TRAI launched many apps, many new app, My Call app, My Speed app, and Do Not Disturb. Very interesting, guys. Many of the calling and message, those are you people are receiving. When you people will install DND on your mobile phone, so unwanted numbers and all callings, okay, you can avoid. It's a Do Not Disturb app and the web portal. Fine. So TRAI launched new apps and the web portal and the portal. Purpose: awareness of telecom services, that Indian users will know about the awareness of telecom services. So for the awareness of telecom services, when it brought on June 2017. On June 2017. So it brought on June 2017. Okay, and TRAI always try to maintain a transparency. Transparency, that is very, very important. Transparency between what? Consumers and telecom operators. It should not like that you know, lot of the things even hidden in the case of any deal, and that is called as a condition apply. Everything you operator inform to the consumer, you will not hide a single informations. And here TRAI is working, and that is a statement. That is a statement here. Transparency between the consumers and the telecom operators. Telecom operators who provide here it is working. Here it is working. Okay, and one thing more, guys. Broadband penetration in India. Okay, but broadband should is spread everywhere. Speed should be better. Connection should be better. Again, here TRAI is working. And this WANI means Wi-Fi access. Wi-Fi access network interface, that is mentioned here the next discussions. So TRAI has proposed a WANI. Okay, it may lead to a setup. It may lead to setup of public data offices where Wi-Fi internet would be available on demands. Okay, it may lead to setup. That is important. Remember PM WANI. Setup of public data offices where Wi-Fi internet would be available on demand. So every public areas, okay, public data offices will work. And if anybody have internet services, anybody, okay, in this form, anywhere, so that purpose will resolve with the help of Vani. So that PM Vani you better remember. But who is behind the PM Vani? TRAI, definitely TRAI. PM Vani. It's a public Wi-Fi plan. It's a public Wi-Fi plan. Proposal of TRAI 2017, 2018. And finally here the recently in the current affairs, it was a news. PM Vani gets a cabinet approval. And it was first recommended 1617. I told you, first recommended by TRAI 2017. Okay, and it is the question in the recent past. Okay, here what will come in the case of PM Vani? A public Wi-Fi hotspot will develop across the country. Okay, across the country. So public Wi-Fi hotspot means related public data offices will also be there, from where public Wi-Fi hotspot will provide the services. So public data offices get a license or pay a fee. License or pay a fee. Okay, so public, it will not require the PDOs to get a license or the pay a fee. Okay, so no need of any license. It will not require the PDOs to get a license or pay a fee. अब implementation वगैरह on the basis of your plan, your requirement, you will pay. Okay, and via applications, you will make a payment as per users. If suppose guys, I want, I'll give you one example. At airport, okay, at airport, I was in Bangalore airport. Okay, Bangalore, yeah, somewhere I was there. I think Bangalore. 30 minutes they provide internet access free. After it, you must have to recharge. I hope you understood. A person who wants to use the public Wi-Fi can do so via an app and will make a payment as per the users. What about your requirement? Accordingly, you will pay. And definitely PDOS will be a facilitator between the service provider and the users. Maybe Airtel is providing there, maybe Jio is providing the internet services. So in that way, guys, in that way. Bharat Broadband Network. It's always important. It's called as a BharatNet or NOFN. NOFN, National Optical Fiber Network. So Bharat Broadband Network or BharatNet or National Optical Fiber Network. What are here guys in this case? See, actually this approval government has given on 2011. This approval government has given on 2011. And the purpose was here guys. Under Bharat Broadband Network, 250,000 Gram Panchayat will cover through optical fiber network, so they can access 100 Mbps internet speed. How much speed is written somewhere? No, I am telling you it will be around 100 Mbps internet speed. You know guys, in these 250,000 Gram Panchayat, entire how much Gram Panchayat in India? You go on Google, definitely you will get a approx 250,000. So all Gram Panchayat means all gram level. Every villages will cover. Here in this 250,000 of Gram Panchayat, totally how many villages will be covered? Entire country covering 625,000 villages. Okay, so 250,000 Gram Panchayat overall cover 625,000 villages. And everywhere internet services you people can access. Okay, everywhere you people can access. I'm now come here guys. I'm not going what happened. You just come here. Between 2014 and 2016, it means sir 11 to 14 nothing happened. Of course nothing happened. This is the story, something written here, you just read out. Directly I'm coming to the point which are relevant for examination. 14 to 17 first phase even work. It means 11 to 14 nothing happened, literally nothing happened. But 14 to 17 what happened, or phase 1 target was laying where the 3 lakh kilometer of optical fiber was completed. 3 lakh kilometer optical fiber was completed. Okay, and later on what happened guys? This BharatNet project picked up pace under the Digital India initiatives. And now it is covering under Digital India initiative. The whole entire India should be in Digital India. And for Digital India, what is must? You should have the ability to access the internet services. And here the rural areas guys, okay, this type of services is going to reach. So 100% if each and every villages will cover. So it's really a nice cause for the e-governance. And easily government can connect to the root areas of the people, poor section of the people, BPL people, farmers, any kind of social scheme program if central government bought, easily it will spread to the root level of the people. Neither in between what happened, intermediaries work. And what the intermediaries are doing, they are involving into the different type of corruptions. Suppose somewhere guys, Okay, some facility government provide, some compensation government provide. 50,000 rupees government is going to provide to all farmers. Because of drought situation, maximum farmers start to die. They are going to suicide. So here the government released 50,000 to each and every farmer in some drought prone areas. In some drought prone areas. Okay everyone, but what happened? Your Gram Panchayat Mukhya is going to capture your all the monies. Your bank wala hi rakh le raha hai. Okay, and dono all the settings are there. Yeah, they are giving the 5,000 rupees and 45,000 rupees they are going to digest themselves. And your all the sign and signature they are taking. So what is it? It is a fraud. But through the help of e-governance services, optical fiber services will reach to your doorstep, so people can access the internet services. And through internet services, the central government, whatever they are releasing the funding and all facility you can access on your internet services. It's a benefit, guys. The system can be fair, and that is the reason Digital India, optical fiber, Bharat broadband, they all somehow they will boost up the e-governance. E-governance are in your prelims and even mains also. E-governance is a topic in the governance subject also, in science and technology also. Because E term is called as electronics, it is connecting with what? E means electronics, means internet. Okay. Definitely guys, who will work for it? I hope you know very well. BSNL, Railtel, Power Grid Corporations, everything, every sectors. Okay, every sectors they will come. BharatNet project picked up pace under the Digital India initiative. Okay, and you all. Now come next guys, FASTag. FASTag everyone know? I know very well guys. But guys, the new mandates. Government made it must. Government made it must on the midnight of 16th February 2021. Now it is must. Government changed this date time to time, and now this is the final date. Now there is no changes. It's a final. Government has given the many time grace period. Now there is no grace period. Government said from midnight of 16th February 2021. Okay, Union Road Transport Highway Ministry has decided that without FASTag, if you are going through your vehicle, carrying your vehicle, it is not fine. And if you people have not a FASTag, you people know very well, you must have to pay twice the fees as you people have a vehicle category. अगर बाइक से जा रहे हो 50 रुपए और you have not the FASTag on the bike, तो वो 100 रुपए देना होगा. So depend on the vehicle category ना. So depend on the vehicle category. It will be a fine. Those you must have to give. Okay, you must have to give. So I hope you can understand very easily guys what about the FASTag. Now the question is, how FASTag is working? Okay, now come. Up, it is a step and nothing more. In this picture I just try to discuss with you. Whereas RFID you people know very well, it's on wind shield. It's called wind shield. Wind pressure, those are coming towards you, it will rest. It's called wind shield. So wind shield have a RFID tag. Okay. It's a RFID reader. Okay, a high speed camera. Many things are there. Radio frequency identification based principle. It is applied here. Okay, radio frequency identification reader. What they do? They will do the reading of FASTag. Okay, they will do the reading of FASTag. So first of all, motorist purchases of RFID transponder. RFID tag and attach it to the vehicle windshield. ठीक है? You have connected to the windshields. आगे वाले mirrors में लगा दिया. है ना? Windshields में लगा दिया. अब क्या होगा? As the vehicle approach to the toll booth. Now the step 2. RFID reader in the toll booth. Sends a radio waves. Okay, fine. RFID reader, those are on the tool booth guys, they will send a radio waves that activates the windshield mounted RFID tag. So those RFID tag is on your windshield guys, it will be active, and that activated tag sends vehicle information to the RFID reader. The activated tag sends vehicle information to the RFID. Okay, what is the next? See guys, what is the next? Step 3. RFID reader means भाई जो read कर रहा है toll वाला sends the vehicle information to the lane controller. The lane controller, which is the part of the local area network, transmit the vehicle information to the central computer The substrates are told from the motorist account. Okay, and if the vehicle does not have a RFID tag, a high speed camera takes a picture of the license plate and the computer prints a violation notice which is mailed to the motorist. Okay, so automatically every procedure is going to be happen, guys, because you know whenever you people have a tag, that tag is registered with your mobile phone numbers also, and even vehicle registration number also. So whenever your people will identify a tag, okay, so automatically how much the money detect, you will get a message on your mobile phone also. So this is the system those are working. So this is the system those are working. So you just remember, guys. But overall, what is the conclusion? It is entirely based on RFID. It is entirely based on RFID. RFID means radio frequency identifications. It is entirely based on radio frequency identifications. Okay, everyone? Fine. Even RFID type of services, you people are also using in the Big Bazaar, East Spencer, in the case of barcode reader. RFID we are also using in the case of NFC. You know NFC, near field communication, mobile to mobile connections. And NFC was the UPSC question in 2015 prelims examinations. It's a mode of networking. NFC, you know, it was a mode of networking. We can connect one device to another device through the help of NFC. It works in megahertz frequency. Internet speed is very slow, very slow. Hardly mobile to mobile phone you can connect up to 20 centimeter distance, but UPSC has the option up to 1 meter distance is required to connect. Okay, so that was wrong. Hardly 20 centimeter. This is the reason, guys, in the case of NFC, what people are doing? People are going to put one phone above the another phone directly. There's a one phone just above the one phone, another phone people directly put. Already 20 centimeter less distance is there. And now the phone to phone connect and transfer data. Phone to phone connect and transfer data. This is here, guys. So RFID, please remember, okay, as just an information. Some miscellaneous information like CoWIN. Everybody know about the CoWIN and its uses. आपने कोवैक्सीन और कोविशील्ड लगा लिया होगा, तो थोड़ा सा ध्यान रखिएगा. And CoWIN platform is owned by Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. That something is important because of CoWIN platform everybody's are using for vaccination and all. So this is the reason I think so. It may also be a good question in your paper. Okay, it may also be a good question in your paper. It's a cloud-based IT solutions. CoWIN is a cloud-based IT solution, information technology solutions. Rest people know very well because for COVID-19 vaccination in India, people used it. CoWIN पे register किया. I hope you people know very well. Vaccine लगाया. So that you people know very well. Purpose is planning, implementation, monitoring, evaluation of COVID-19 vaccination in India. Yes, definitely you must be know about 5G. You must be know about 5G. And 5G is very important, guys, for the coming year, coming generations. Actually, in the case of 5G, if I ask you guys in the case of services, which companies are providing the services? Especially telecom players in India. So I hope you people know very well. 3 telecom players right now in India. Okay, 3 private telecom players. Government of BSNL, MTNL. Okay, but nobody have a respect of BSNL, MTNL. This is the reason, guys. Reason BSNL, MTNL is not providing the better services. And one day they will also sell out. Because the Reliance, Ambani, Adani, they will purchase it. Or ठीक भी है, because the BSNL employees is still not working. Okay, if you people will take a BSNL based broadband connections, stop to do work. If you are calling, nobody is ready to pick up your call. So it's good if one day it will sell out. Ultimately, we will get the more benefits. I know somebody will mind that every sectors of government sector is going to privatize. Here the reasons are you employ. In the private sector, I know, guys, whenever I go to the government bank and the private bank, I have seen the differences. Even they cut more money from my account, but I want facility. I ready to pay, but I don't like to bear a pain. कि मैं बैंक जाकर 6 घंटे खड़ा नहीं रहूँगा. और जब लास्ट में मेरा नंबर है तो बैंक वाले ने बोला भैया चाय पीने जा रहे. But private bank might never happen. Everybody know. If a person is busy, so the bank owner even also said, okay, भाई साहब, somebody come here on this row. अदर रो में बुला लेते हैं, लेकिन यहाँ पर नो, नहीं करेगा, कोई नहीं करेगा. एंड दिस इज द रीजन गवर्नमेंट बैंक शुड ऑल्सो बी प्राइवेटाइज. आई विल बी हैप्पी, इट्स माई ओपिनियन. जब तक द पीपल विल नॉट चेंज द वर्क हैबिट, ओके, नहीं चेंज करेंगे, द गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर विल नेवर गो. प्राइवेट में दे हैव अ डर, उनको निकाल दिया जाएगा. बट गवर्नमेंट ने वंस दे गॉट अ जॉब, कोई डर नहीं है. सो दिस इज द पॉइंट, दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. So 3 private telecom players. Okay, 3 private telecom players like Reliance Jio, Infocom, everybody know. Bharti Airtel and VI. VI means Voda or Idea, both merged together right now. Acha, what is the benefit of the 5G? It's a next generation mobile broadband, everybody know. Definitely it will replace the existing 4G LTE connections. This time we are using 5G. What is the benefit here, guys? Multi Gbps speeds, you can get it. Multi Gbps speed, faster download and the upload speed is possible. I'll tell you one thing, guys. Better I'll go into the 3G and 4G first. Even I have discussed in the class mobile generation. Mobile generation. So very brief, just in 2 minutes I will finish the mobile generation. Background, static parts, background. Even mobile generation is what people can move and people can talk. It's a mobile. And fixed line, copper wire, and now it's convert with the optical fiber. Fixed line, telephone, landline wala, fine, it's called fixed line. Now it is entirely working through the help of optical fiber. Earlier we people were using copper wire, now we people are using optical fiber. Okay, mobile generations. The first generation was 0G. It was called as a radio phone or taxi phone. It was called as a radio phone or taxi phone. It was called as a radio phone or taxi phone. It was called as a radio phone or taxi phone. Very simple, guys. A device was mounted in a vehicle and its headphone was close to driver's seat. A driver was informing to the another driver. And it was used inside a vehicle, guys, a device. And vehicle to vehicle, next vehicle have also the same device, and vehicle to vehicle a driver is connecting. If nearby any person is calling to you, those vehicle wala person will be nearby, will reach to the passenger, guys. This type of service is in the beginning, but here tower not developed, tower not introduced. 0 generation. Okay. Later on, 1 generation of mobile phone technology introduced. That was called as a FDMA technology. It was based on analog signals, but it was not so much improved, guys, not so much good. 0G was introduced in 1971. It was in Finland. It was in Finland. Okay, it was in Finland. The first was in 1971. FDMA was analog based, but the problem was there, high power consumption. So battery most of the time on charging, and analog signal was also not better. Here many options was not possible. That is the reason, guys, those inter calling was okay, but still calling was not good. Okay, even through the help of 1 generation technology, I got a news 2.4 kbps. 2.4 kbps internet speed was noted, guys. So internet started from first generation, but internet speed was worse. 2.4 kbps is what? Dardnak, painful. आप सोचोगे सर था ही क्यों? I also agree with you, guys. Fine. After 1 generation, guys, 2nd generation technology came. Those introduced in India. फर्स्ट जनरेशन तक इंडिया में कभी कोई टेक्नोलॉजी आई ही नहीं. सेकेंड जनरेशन में आई तो दैट वाज TDMA और CDMA. पता है इसी TDMA का देयर आर द डिफरेंट वेरिएंट्स. देयर आर डिफरेंट वेरिएंट्स ऑफ TDMA. इन दिस वन वेरिएंट इज द GSM, and this is the GSM and CDMA technology, those highly used in India. Okay, these two technology was based on digital signals. They are better response, quality signals. And with the help of 2G generation, guys, 64 kbps internet people started to use. So those 2.4 kbps internet speed was there. It reached here how much? 64 kbps. एक बात बताऊं, आज CDMA पूरी इंडिया से जा चुका है और सब हर जगह इंडिया में we are using GSM and GCM. And through the help of 2nd generation technology, mobile phone में text messages started. है ना, वो we people even type and 100 messages free every day. We send it. Text message brought here under the 2nd generation. So text message brought here under 2nd generation, you people remember. You can type it and you can send it. Somewhere some of the books even mention text message came in the 1st generation. Totally fraud. No, officially I'm telling you, remember 2nd generation से text message आया हुआ है. I also have seen the many journals वगैरह में, तो you remember text messages came from the 2nd generations. but still internet and all services was not good. And now what happened? CDMA is totally phased out. So all those generations 3G, 4G, 5G is coming. Every generation are coming in India, especially under GSM services. क्योंकि आज इंडिया में GSM है. Okay, India में GSM है. Now after second generation, what about the next generation? 2.5 generation. 2.5 generation was GPRS. Okay, General Packet Radio Services. General Packet Radio Services. And for these purposes, guys, we people have purchased the quality phones. Nokia 1100, Nokia 2100. The basic phones with this type of services were not applicable. So we people have purchased a quality phone from the market. And those quality phone available in the market, we have used it. And we install the GPRS services there. And whenever you people install the GPRS services there, it was a mobile phone technology based 2.5 generation general packet radio services. शायद आपने सुना होगा, when you people install the GPRS in your mobile phone, अब आपका इंटरनेट काफी अच्छा हो जाता है. Because of GPRS, guys, you people can access the WAP applications. WAP is what? Wireless Application Protocol. WAP is what? Wireless Application Protocol. Now you can access the wireless application protocol. But what about the benefit happen because of WAP services? जब you inside your mobile phone have a GPRS facilities. Now you people can access the WAP. WAP is what? Wireless Application Protocol. What will come in the WAP? Wireless Application Protocol. Now the one browsing and surfing you people can start. Internet type of services you can use. Surfing वगैरह you can do. Chatting वगैरह you people can start. I'm telling you this type of services brought in India in 2007 around. 2007 around. Okay, when the people install the GPRS services in the mobile phone and connect internet services. And a part of browsing and surfing, guys, people have started MMS services, multimedia messaging services. I hope you heard it, multimedia messaging services. Multimedia messaging services. Small size of clips. Small size of video clips, small size of picture clips, now you can send multimedia messaging services. And you know what about the benefit of 2.5 generations? What about the benefit of 2.5 generation? Those speed of internet here you got 64 kbps. In the case of second generation, those speed of internet you got as a 64 kbps. Now in the 2.5 generation, it reached 64 become as a 144 kbps. Wow, great. Internet speed increased many times. मतलब many times कि 2 गुना तो दिख रहा है यार. Those internet speed in the case of 2.5 generation you got as 64 kbps. In the case of 2.5 generation it become here as a 144 kbps. It become here 144 kbps. Okay, it become here 144 kbps. Okay. 44 kbps. Now come after 2.5 generation. So internet speed enhanced. Okay, enhanced. How much? 64 kbps now become as a 144 kbps. Now come after 2.5 generation. New generation came, guys. After 2.5 generation, new generation came. It was 2.75 generation. And 2.75 generation was called as the edge. Last to last year, UPSC has a question from the LT and VOLT. Okay, and now I'm expecting the question from LT and VOLT में difference क्या है? This question never came. Okay, this question never came. I'll discuss with you. Wait, guys. So 2.75 generations the edge. What is the edge? In the short, I'm describing you all the static parts of the mobile generation and connecting with the current affairs. Edge is what? Enhanced data rate for GSM evolution. It is enhanced data rate. This is enhanced data rate for GSM evolution. This is the enhanced data rate for GSM evolution. This is a full form of edge. Enhanced data rate for GSM evolution. This is a full form of edge. EDG, enhanced data rate for GSM evolution. What happened here in the case of edge? See, guys, actually you people must have to buy certain handset. And that handset, I'll tell you, it was Nokia N95. Nokia N97 and BlackBerry handset. There were some handset, guys, where the company already inbuilt some services that was a edge services into the mobile phone. Okay, into the mobile phone. And these phone was very popular in that time as a business phone. as a business phone. You know what happened in the case of edge services? Because of this handset where the company has given the edge services, GPRS you just install on the mobile phone where company has given you edge services. At this time when you people are going to purchase a mobile phone, companies have given you the LTE services. LTE is what? Long-term evolution services. Similarly, when this BlackBerry, even BlackBerry in that time of 2008-9, very popular. वो तो iPhone आया BlackBerry को बर्बाद कर दिया. नहीं तो earlier the BlackBerry have a lot of respect, guys. Lot of the respect there, guys. Now what happened? This BlackBerry. Okay, now come. Actually, guys, in this case, those BlackBerry services, BlackBerry, Nokia 95 and 97, these all the handset came in the Indian market. यहाँ पे जो कंपनी बना रही थी ना फोन, उसने खुद ही उस फोन के अंदर एज सर्विसेज दे रखा था. It means edge services was already available inbuilt in the mobile phone. You just install the GPRS, and now your mobile phone speed will be 3 times. 3 times of GPRS. Those GPRS speed here you can see like this 144 kbps. Through the help of edge services, it enhanced 3 times. So 3 times of GPRS speed increased here. 3 times of GPRS speed increased here. You must be clear, guys. It's a 2.75. Okay, it's a 2.75 generation. It's a 2.75 generation. Now come next after 2.75 generation. So now finally internet speed increased. Now well, why 3G will come here. Now 3G will come here. 3G, 4G. Still in between have a 3.5 and 3.75G. 3G and 4G. Actually, for 3G and 4G services, you must have to use some quality frequency. 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz frequency used for 3G connections. The one side, the bandwidth should increase. Second side, for the 4G speed, it should be 2 to 8 gigahertz. And this next will be the 5G, you will understand. And then I will be back on the 5G. I hope you people are getting everything. So 3G frequency 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz. 4G 2 to 8 gigahertz. Okay, 2 to say 8 gigahertz, not 2.8. It's a 2 to 8 gigahertz. Next point. Internet speed in the case of 3G, 3.1 Mbps. It's a internet speed. It's a bandwidth here frequency. It's a internet speed. What about the internet speed in the case of 4G, guys? 3 to 5 Mbps, it is the normal. 3 to 5 Mbps is the normal, but have potential. What about the potential? It can go up to 2 Gbps. My God. How much? Up to 2 Gbps. My God. Okay, and some services and applications. Some services and applications you must have to install. Some services are an application you must have to install inside your mobile phone. What was? WCDMA. Yeah, CDMA 2000. UMTS and Edge. EDGE. If you want to use 3G services in your mobile phone, so you should have a handset where the company should have given Edge, UMTS or WCDMA, CDMA 2000 services in your mobile phone. Now you can ask me, sir, Edge so you already have defined under 2.75. Yes. It means Edge services, those brought under 2.75, that services will again further use under the 3G. Because Edge have a both facility. Edge introduced in the market as a 2.75, but Edge also work in the market as also under 3G. This is the reason Edge here I am also written. And what about the 4G, guys? 4G based application and services, I hope you people know very well. Even in my mobile phone have a LT, VoLT, HSPA plus, even Wi-Fi and WiMAX type of services. Wi-Fi and WiMAX type of services are also applicable to provide you 4G type of speeds. Applicable to provide 4G type of the speeds. Okay, just like few names are given there, like UMTS. UMTS, this is here, guys. UMTS is here. What is it? Universal Mobile Telecom Services. UMTS is here. Universal Mobile Telecom Services. What is LTE? Long-term evolution. VoLT, voice over long-term evolution. Okay, HSPA, high speed packet access. full form will never come, but I am telling you, HSPA, high speed packet access. Wi-Fi, wireless fidelity. WiMAX, worldwide interoperability for microwave access. Worldwide interoperability for microwave access. Okay, for microwave access. In this way, guys, these are the various terms. Another one. What about the 3.5 and 3.75? And then I'll connect directly with the 5G that was in the news. But in this background, I have given you all the generations. What about the possibility in the brief? For current affairs discussion, I finished. Even those guys even listened me earlier. They also being happy because everything is going to revise here. And for the first time, people, you should be happy. Okay, you should be happy that ultimately you also learn same. Live classes, वो भी especially current affairs classes. Okay, continuously speak, but it's okay, speak. So finally water finish. Okay, next time when I have a need, I'll take 2 minutes. 2 minutes means just 10 seconds. Acha, you people clear? Yeah, come 3.5 and 3.75. What is it? 3.5 generation. 3.5 generation. Just a objective wala part, you remember, it was HSDPA. A 3.75 generation, it was HSUPA. And 4 generation, HSPA advanced. So HSPA plus. Not DPA, not UPA. Actually, high speed downlink packet access, high speed uplink packet access, or high speed packet access plus. This is advanced than this. Name only remember, nothing more. And only symbol you remember. Not only name, even symbol you remember, nothing more. Okay, only symbol you people remember, nothing more here in this case. Okay, everyone, now come next. Whew. Hey Prabhu, now come. Don't stop, it's a current affairs batch. Okay, and my soldiers cannot stop. Arise, evoke, not stop till the goal is reached. I hope you will know very well, guys, Vivekanand. The same thing you people follow. And these type of people, how much intellectuals. Okay. 5 generation. अब you come back 5 generations. Yes, we are here into the 5 generations. What are here in the case of 5 generation? See guys. Ab now come into the current affairs. Again I am telling you guys, what about the strategy I follow? Ab you understood. Whatever the current affairs, that all the current affairs based static part I discuss with connect with the current affairs. As a guess, this is the best way to identify where the question can come. Okay. 5G. Ab now you people know very well. Faster download and upload speed, definitely better than 4G. Internet speed go multiple Gbps. How much the maximum Gbps you have seen in the case of 4G? 2 Gbps. Yeah. People have seen here 2 Gbps. And here how much it can go? Multiple Gbps. How many private players? Those are going to bring a 5G technology. Definitely guys, 3 Reliance, Bharti Airtel and VI. Vodafone or Indigo. Idea. Now the question is, okay, one big hurdle. One big hurdle. Okay, the hurdle is with only Airtel and Vodafone. Vodafone Idea. Hurdle is not with the Reliance Jio. The reason is Reliance Jio already have their own 5G network. Yes, their own 5G network. Actually, you know guys, people sometimes even ask me, sir, why Reliance has given one year free internet services? but Airtel has not given it. Actually, the reason is they already have their own networks. They already have their own optical fibers. Those they distributed. And all the distribution and every cost they have invested once. This is the reason all services on optical fiber is their own. So they can provide you free of cost internet services for a year. But Bharti, Airtel and Vodafone Idea, they are taking the help from the optical fiber and the services from the other companies. So they cannot provide you at a free of cost. And this is the reason Reliance has given you 1 year internet services and calling everything free, because they have their own optical fiber services and everything. But the Idea and Airtel, they are taking the help from the other companies. Okay, yes, this was the reason. And here you will also get it. One big hurdle: lack of flow of cash and adequate capital with at least 2 of the 3 players, namely Bharti Airtel and Vodafone Idea. Okay, the funding is the problem, guys. Funding is the problem because they have to buy from the other companies. Okay, the other service provider, just like US में देखो तो AT&T, T-Mobiles, yeah, the US based companies, Verizon, have taken the lead when it comes to the rolling of commercial 5G for their users. Okay, in US, AT&T, T-Mobile, Verizon, okay, US, these are the various companies, and they will lead the commercial 5G services very, very fast. Okay, but other hand, Reliance Jio plans to launch an indigenously built 5G network for the country as early as the second half of this year. So second half of the year, I hope you know second half आ गया. अरे first half January, February, March, April, May, June. Second half July to December. So second half may it will come there. So sir, is it possible that 5G network can start very soon? Definitely very soon. And who will spread all the networks? Reliance. Because they have a good money. They are very rich. And this is the reason they will spread the network and they will provide you the best connections. But other companies, what they will do? They will take a help from the other one. A parliamentary panel reported the 5G in India. What is the challenges? Lack of various approvals around the spectrums. And now here a spectrum kind of terms will come here. Okay, spectrum kind of auctions and many terms will come here. If you want a 5G network, guys, so definitely you should have a broad spectrums. Okay, and shout out issues such as the spectrum auction, backhaul capacity, price and user test cases to catch up with the other countries which have taken a lead in the 5G network deployment. What is it? I'll telling you. Actually, some auction based issues are important. Okay, spectrum. See, this is the facility here. In the case of 5G, interconnected devices, sensor in the system for the government and even IoT type of services, Internet of Things. These type of services will boom here in this case. Okay, these type of services will boom here in this case because of 5G. And these all the discussion I have done with you. 1G it was analog, 2G it was digital, 3G mobile broadband, 4G faster better 3G. And what about the 5G? It is interconnected device, sensor and systems. Okay, this is the informations. Now come, that is very, very important. This question never came in UPSC examination. Difference between LTE and VoLTE. I'm expecting, guys. I'm expecting this question in your paper as a good questions. What about difference between long-term evolution and voice over long-term evolutions? Okay, one part that you must be clear, guys. Both are the 4G. Either LTE you call or VoLTE you call. Both are the 4G. Okay, UPSC asks you a question like LTE is a 3G and VoLTE is advanced 3G. Wrong. Both are 4G. Okay, and you can find out, guys. LTE, who launched the LTE? The answer is Airtel launched LTE. What is the full form of LTE? Long-term evolution. Airtel launched the LTE services in 2012 and VoLTE services launched by Reliance. VoLTE services launched by Reliance Jio in 2016. So it was launched in 2016. Okay, it launched in 2016. Okay, total, even some factual data are given there. I just wanted that you people should remember. If internet user wise, I will ask about India's position. So, India stand the second position in the world. And here you should thanks to Geo. Either earlier India was the third position. Number one worldwide, it's a China. Number second, it's a India. And number three is a US. And this is some factual data. These are some factual data. Those are written there. There are total internet user in the world around 4.57 billions in 2020 data. China was on the top, largest number, 85 crore, my god. India was 56 crore, great. And US with the 31 crore internet users. It was a report of 2020. So worldwide, which country have a maximum internet users? China, 85 crore. So karib everybody's are using the internet service. India still is a good condition, guys. Now before Geo, India was 25 crore. Okay, 25 crore, and US was the second, 31. But Jesse Geo came, India surplus 46, and right now it's become as how much? 56. Last year in 2019, I got a news 46 crore people in India are using internet, and today 56 crore. Great, great. Even my father is using WhatsApp right now. Oh my God. Ab Dadaji is no more. Definitely Dadaji will also enjoy the WhatsApp and these type of services. Okay, these type of services. Okay, now come LT and VLT differences. So now come into LT and VLT differences. And see here guys, LT and VLT. LT and VLT. LT versus VLT. LT, long-term evolution. VLT, it is mentioned there. You can see here, guys. Okay, you can see here. So, voice over long-term evolution. LT, the users have external software. One thing is how LT you can use. Actually, if you want to use LTE services and just want a calling, so you must have to be a software. But what is the benefit in the case of VoLTE? You just use a mobile number and directly call. No need of extra software. I'm just like here, what is the requirement, guys? The users need to have an external software to make a video call on LTE. I'm just like WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, Skype, these type of things. But what is the benefit? Their users need not to have an external software. Directly you can do the video calling just on the phone numbers. And this is the main difference. And this is the main difference if people remember. Okay, fine. So it may or may not support the voice call and data services together. Okay, but it supports voice call and data services all together. This is the reason sometime when the LTE services you people are using, when you people were calling, the internet services become slow. But here in the case of VoLTE services, you can call and internet services also run in that time. That speed will not slow here in this case. Okay, fine. Now what will come there next? See, it target increases the data rate on the 4G bandwidth only. And here what is there, guys? Here in this case, internet data and voice calling without affecting each other, that target is here. So definitely it will be multiple times better. It takes few seconds to connect a call on 3G network. Okay, there is a possibility. It connects the user only in the second if both users are on the VoLTE network. Agar me and you both are on the VoLTE network, in that cases, it connects the user only in the second. In a second, if both users are on the VoLTE, neither it is only working on the LTE services. It was launched by Airtel in 2012. It was launched by Jio in 2016. So these are the differences, and here I am expecting, guys, UPSC can ask the questions. Okay, and what is the benefit? What is the benefit? What is the benefit? LTE long-term evolution is the next generation of mobile technology. Is the next generation of mobile technology that provides high-speed data transfer. High-speed data transfer. Okay. 4G synchronous with the LTE. We support download speed 100 Mbps and upload speed is so 50 Mbps. Okay, it's some of the feature, guys. So on the basis of above explanation, you can see definitely VoLTE is better. Now come next, that is called spectrum auctions. Okay, recently it was also the news about the spectrum auctions. Okay, and what is the meaning of a spectrum? First of all, I'll discuss with you about the basic parts. What is the meaning of a spectrum? Okay, what is the meaning of a spectrum? Actually, spectrum term is connected with the range of frequency. Is a range of frequency. A spectrum means a range of frequency. A spectrum term came from physics actually. You know, when you people see the sunlight is coming towards the earth. So a range of frequencies are coming towards earth. This is called spectrums. So a range of frequencies are coming towards earth. This is called spectrum. So generally what is the spectrum? A spectrum is the range of frequency. Here about different frequencies are coming towards earth. And these all the frequency we people can use for different purposes. And the same will be here, guys. But this spectrum we people are using here in this case. Okay, here those all the spectrum we are using, it is what? It is in the form of airwaves. This is called airwaves. So spectrum or airwaves both are same thing. A range of frequency those we are using, and this frequency travel into the air in the form of waves. Okay, so what? Microwave and the radio waves. Microwave and the radio waves, those travel in the case of wireless connections. They all are working at different frequencies, and this is the reason these are also called as air waves. Okay, and now come here, guys. A government uses the auction system. Even those spectrum auctions government is doing now. What is here in this case? You listen. Government launched the satellites. Government launched the satellites. Okay. On these satellites have a different transponders. Is a device, and with the help of different transponder have a different frequencies. And these frequencies even government sell to the companies. And these all the frequency ranges are called as a spectrum. And this is spectrum auction government is doing. This is spectrum auction government is doing. You people remember. Okay, this is spectrum auction government is doing. You people remember. And this is a spectrum auctions. So what is here? A government uses the auction system to sell the right to transmit signals. To sell the right to transmit signals over the specific band. Band means a frequency band. Okay, over the frequency band. Okay, and here on the specific frequency band, different type of applications are possible. You just imagine, guys, in the case of 3G, what I told you, 1.8 to 2.5 gigahertz frequency use. So 1.8 to 2.5 have some band or not, frequency band or not, where 3G is working. Okay, अब अगर support some company want to provide the 3G services to consumers like you and me. So that company even going to purchase the spectrum from the government, and the government will sell that spectrum to the spectrum auctions. And recently some spectrum auction happened, and this spectrum is also called as airwave. So I can tell you airwave auction happened, yeah, spectrum auction happened. So airwave auction happened or spectrum auction happened, those you can see here, guys. So the signals are carried on the airwaves, which must be sent as a designated frequencies to avoid any kind of interferences. A specific frequency, you people know very well, yaar. You people are using FM or not? FM based many platforms, many channels, they are providing you certain frequencies, and you people are without any disturbances, that frequency you can listen. When you people set your mobile phones at some frequencies, now you start to listen the FMs. As DTH also set at some frequencies, guys, and without have any other disturbances there, a specific frequency is working for DTH. And other frequencies in the surrounding, they will not create any disturbances to the DGF frequencies in that cases. Somehow disturbances are possible, guys, but that is another case. So these airwaves are spectrums. So airwaves are called spectrum, already it is written there. And all these airwaves are spectrum are sold for a certain period of time. Okay, generally it can be up to 20 years, and then further have some new changes accordingly required. See, this is the spectrum. Try to propose sale of the 7 bands. 7 band means different frequency bands, and all the frequency bands unit is in the megahertz. 800 megahertz, 900 megahertz, 700 megahertz. You start from here: 700, 800, 900, 1800, 2100, 2300, 2500. Spectrum auctions. And these 7 spectrums auctions was in the news, guys. What is the function of 700? 700 megahertz frequency. It will be suitable for the 4G connections. Suitable for the 4G connection. 800 megahertz frequency, good for data coverage. 900 original GSM spectrum. 1800 mostly used for voice. 2100 original band reserved for 3G. 2300 mainly for WiMAX technology. 2500 WiMAX could not be sold either. 2500 the first time the frequency those are going to sold out. 2300 even also. 2500 first time is going to sell out here in this spectrum auctions. So different frequencies and their own functions are written there. Okay, different frequencies and their own purpose are written here. So frequencies and purpose, everything are written here. What about the main objective of cell? Make a proper competition in the market, ensure the efficient use of spectrum, okay, better services, everything. Spectrum auctions in India that you people know very well recently happened. Okay, so these signals are carried on the airwaves, you know very well. All the publicly available assets within the geographical boundaries of the country, which also include the airwaves. So, ठीक है ना, publicly available asset is what? Your mobile phones, your DTH connections. Okay, these all we are using, and how they are connecting through the help of some waves. Okay, and this is very, very important, guys. Okay, to sell these assets to the companies, central government through the Department of Telecommunication auctions. So that you people know very well. So I told you guys, Department of Telecommunication will do the auctions. Okay, it's a part of government. And airwaves are spectrum you people know very well. Generally these all the spectrums and all those government sell out. It is especially for 20 years maximum. Okay, and now here the question is about the bidders. 3 private telecom players you people know very well: Reliance, Bharti, Airtel and VI. So candidates to buy additional spectrum to support the number of users on their networks. And apart from these 3, new companies including foreign companies are also eligible to bid for the airwaves. Let us see, guys. Okay, foreign companies may be also come in India. And airwaves worth rupees 3.92 lakh crore. Those sell out here, some values are written there. Airwaves means spectrum worth 3.29 lakh crore. Have been put up for the sale across 700, 800, 900, 1800, 2100, 2300, 2500 megahertz frequency bands. So total itna price hai that government has decided minimum value. And now through open auctions, you know how is spectrum selling happen? It is through open auctions. Open auction I discussed with you during the case of coal mines, reserves. Government also provide to the companies on the basis of open auctions. Okay, not lottery basis. Spectrum even also through the type of open auctions. Neither 2G spectrum type of corruption was possible. People can provide the benefit to their own personal persons. In this way, people can do the, some fraud vagera in the respect of monetary benefits. So in that way, guys, have a many problem that was possible. Okay, many problems was possible. Now come. So this is the total about the money and all that was for these purposes. क्या हो गया भाई? Some concept should also be. अच्छा थोड़ा नीचे ज़्यादा चला गया. Okay. See, these are some factual data. You just see here. I will just read out. Nothing more in this case. कौन सी फ्रीक्वेंसी किसने खरीदी, ये क्वेश्चन कभी आएगा नहीं, मैं पहले बता दे रहा हूँ. ओके, बट यू कैन फाइंड आउट गाइस. 3.76 लाख करोड़. ओके, दैट टोटल 2250 मेगाहर्ट्ज ऑफ एयर वेव्स अक्रॉस इतना मेगाहर्ट्ज. हु नीड्स टू बाय अर्जेंटली? जियो. आई होप यू पीपल नो वेरी वेल. सबसे ज़्यादा हायर फ्रीक्वेंसी वगैरह जियो इवन परचेज इट. ओके, because it's going to expire. Bulk of the spectrum it owns and share with the Reliance Com in 800 megahertz band expire starting July 2021. So that is the reason now the Reliance want to purchase the new spectrums and all. How much could be the auction fetch the government? Analysts say given the sector health auction of rupees 40,000 to 50,000 crore benefits, what can be the telecom company's bill? So Jio around 20,000 to 30,000 crore, Airtel 10,000 to 15,000 crore, Vodafone Idea a few thousand crore only. Okay, telecom companies bills overall. Last date of queue up for the auction is February 5. Previous shopping bills telecoms have so far sent nearly itna crore No auction, आप ये जरूरत नहीं है. Okay, that some of the companies have got in the auctions and all. But yeah, सबसे ज़्यादा frequency those companies purchase it was a Reliance. Okay, nothing more here in this case. So Reliance purchase सबसे ज़्यादा frequencies and all. Now some news was regarding the NetGrid. Some news was regarding the NetGrid. And NetGrid is also very important topic. NetGrid is also very important topic. What is a NetGrid? NetGrid is what? National Intelligence Grid. Even this topic is connected with the internal security. There never be a question, NetGrid wala question in your paper, guys. The story of NetGrid start from 26/11. The story start from 26/11. Okay, the story start from 26/11. What is here in the case of NetGrid? Okay, the story start from 26/11. Okay, you know, before this incident, a man entered in India. That name was a David Headley. The name was David Headley. David Coleman Headley. Coleman Headley. He has done everything. Means entire masterminds. How the Kasab and their own group will enter in India, where which place they will enter, where they will do the open firing, how they will enter into the Taj Hotel, everything. And this David Headley, before this mastermind and all, he entered in India many times, maybe more than 2 or 3. He just planned everything, from which areas Kasab can come, where he can go, then how to do, what to do, everything. What about the facility, what about the help, who will provide the Kasab in India, everything behind it was a David Coleman Headley. David Coleman Headley was an international terrorist, and if any of the persons are coming under this category, a country share this data to other country. So some of the intelligence agency of India still got the data about David Coleman Headley, but because we all intelligence agencies not connected together in that time, this is the reason David Coleman Headley could not identify. Suppose some of the intelligence agencies, they were checking the research, David Coleman Headley passports and something, but they don't know about the data about this person is an international terrorist. But before it, some of the intelligence agencies got the information about David Coleman Headley informations. Okay, and this is the reason, guys, David Coleman Headley entered in India many times and done all the process and everything. And finally, accordingly, he's planned everything. Kasab entered and all the incidents happened. Many casualties, many deaths, you know, many innocents die in that case. So this was the issue that happened in India. It was the issue that happened in India. I hope you understood. And this is the reason, guys, to solve out this type of problem, that next time this type of problem not happen, government realized their own mistake and government said 11 intelligence agency of India. Now 11 intelligence agency of India. Now 11 intelligence agency of India. Government brought under the single roof. Under single roof. Okay, and why it was important? That if any of that intelligence agencies data have, so it will share to the all 11 intelligence agencies together. Okay, so now this type of risk we will not take. So we will share all intelligence agencies data to each other. Okay, all intelligence agencies data together, and for that purposes NetGrid form, that is called National Intelligence Grid. National Intelligence Grid. And see one thing more, guys. There is few drawback of the NetGrid also. If one intelligence agency data leak, so there is a possibility to leak all the entire intelligence agency data. But still, guys, NetGrid form. And now second time or third time that chairman formed. Chairman या क्या होता है उसका पता नहीं, 2-3 बार उसका बन भी चुका है after 5 years 6 years tenure के बाद, and it is working properly, guys. What was the, so that is the background of NetGrid. Okay, what is here, guys, in the new current affairs behind the NetGrid? Actually, NetGrid has signed a memorandum of understanding, especially with National Crime Records Bureau. Some new NetGrid signed with the National Crime Record Bureau to access the centralized online database on FIR and stolen vehicles. A man who's in a FIR, guys, in one place, that entire India the data will transfer. Every police station have a information about the FIR. सबका पूरा, क्योंकि होता क्या, बंदा एक जगह से दूसरी जगह भाग जाता है. If a person is not very popular, so the person will have a difficulty to detect it. Okay, FIR. So FIR and stolen vehicles are there. Who can access the data? Who can access the data? It will be a medium for the at least 10 central agencies, okay, such as the Intelligence Bureau and the Research and Analysis Wing to access the data on the secure platform. The data will be procured. The data will be procured by NetGrid from 21 providing organization such as the Telecom, Tax Record, Bank, Immigrant, etc. तो ये एक नया एक करंट अफेयर्स है कि ठीक है, FIR स्टोलन व्हीकल के सारे डेटा आप एक दूसरे के साथ शेयर करेंगे. नेटग्रिड इसके साथ सारा का सारा किसके साथ मिलकर काम कर रहा है? नेशनल क्राइम रिकॉर्ड्स ब्यूरो. क्रिप्टो करेंसी एंड रेगुलेशन ऑफ ऑफिशियल डेटा करेंसी बिल कुछ नहीं है. डायरेक्टली गवर्नमेंट इज टेलिंग द बिटकॉइन वाली चीज इट इज नॉट लीगल. Okay, it is not legal. That is the information here, and the official digital currency to be issued by the Reserve Bank of India, it will be allowed. Okay, अगर you people have an interest on the digital currency वगैरह पे, तो better you go and take the government वाला, not a private वाला. Simple. Okay, simple. So the purpose of law has been described. So it is written there, the budget session of parliament is likely to consider the bill which prohibits all the private cryptocurrencies and provides for an official digital currency to be issued by the Reserve Bank of India. This is the current updates in the reference of India regarding the Bitcoin वगैरह. I hope you know very well Bitcoins वगैरह. There is a cryptocurrency. Last year in 2020 UPSC also asked a question from the blockchain and Bitcoin वाला concepts. Because in the case of Bitcoins to Bitcoin transaction, blockchain technology was used. Blockchain was an open ledger technology, no need of third party if you are going to do the transfer of any money or anything else. Okay, and that was the question. It is a kind open ledger. Okay, directly we can transfer. It's a safety and security. Okay, in the case of cyber threats, your computer is safe. In these type of questions UPSC has in 2020 prelims examination. But this is the current affairs news. Even this is the part of cryptocurrency is a part of economy parts. Economy parts. So even I can avoid it also. Economy parts. Okay, economy part. So cryptocurrency is a digital currency, and this is a picture. This is a picture. I'm not going there. How the one thing. Blockchain technology last year came, so I'm not expecting a question in your paper from the blockchain. Blockchain is an open ledger. Okay, actually, you know, guys, what happened? If suppose I want to transfer some money to you people, guys, so there is something who must be even certified that I am transferring money to you. So peer to peer transfer, those are going to be happen. A person should take and will verify. So ठीक है ना, Paytm, bank. So between you and me, the Paytm and bank is working, and just to certify that I'm transferring some money to you people, guys. Okay, but what happened when the blockchain type of technology came? It will be an open ledger. Any person in the network at the time, they can check what about the activities are going on. Very simple. Suppose 100 people are under the SBI bank, SBI bank online. Okay, and all the 100 people, those are in the SBI bank. आप में से जितने लोग मुझे सुन रहे हैं, suppose you are the 200 students. All 200 students at the same time, अभी चले जाओ सीधा SBI के user ID पासवर्ड डालो और उसके इंटरनेट में घुस जाओ. घुस गए. अब मैं कहूँगा you all 200 people are under the SBI network. ठीक है ना, SBI network में आ गए. What is the benefit? Up here, all the 200 people, those will come into the network. These people can see each and every one. What the people are doing here in the case of transaction and everything. So this is the benefit of blockchain. Now this is called open ledger. And if 200 people are going to see, and any kind of transfer of money, anything is going to be happen. So those people who are there in that time in the network, everybody can access what is going on. तो ये एक open ledger है, यहाँ आप कुछ छुपा नहीं सकते. जैसे it's very simple. 200 students are in my class. 200 students are in my class. Okay, और मैंने क्या किया, एक बच्चे को, है ना, सब मेरी तरफ देख रहा है, everybody is, है ना, watch towards me. I just have given to one guy, see one pen. अब ये बताओ, in this one pen, if I am given a one pen, तो in this time 200 people are in my class, mean in my network. So everybody see na, Ravi sir has given one pen to XYZ person. So it is already proof na, because 100 people, 200 people already watching at the same time. It's openly Ravi sir has given the pen. This is the concept. अब यहां पर अच्छा जस्ट लिसन, अब आई एम गोइंग टू गिव अ पेन टू द वन ऑफ द गाय. अब यहां पे मुझे कोई प्रूफ चाहिए, तो मैं क्या कहूंगा, बंदे बोले भाई ऑफिस वाला कम या मिस्टर एक्स यू कम देख भाई, आई एम गिविंग अ पेन टू दिस गाय. तो एक थर्ड पार्टी हो गया ना. बट इफ ओपनली आई एम गिविंग अ पेन टू वन ऑफ द गाय एंड 200 स्टूडेंट्स आर इन माय क्लास, सो एवरीबॉडी सीइंग ना, देख भाई इसने ओपनली दे दिया, तो इट्स ओपन लेजर. इस तरह की चीज ब्लॉकचेन है. अब यू कैन आस्क मी सर यहाँ पे पर्सनल कहाँ रहेगा? अरे भैया पर्सनल नहीं रहेगा, इसीलिए तो इसको ला रहे कि पर्सनल न रहे. But in that cases have a something personal. तो ठीक है, you don't connect with the blockchain. अब just see. अब government is how much doing the corruptions, everything. सारा का सारा funding, सारा का सारा government project को you just connect to the blockchain. बोला तो था अरुण जेटली ने. अरुण जेटली when he was a finance minister, सब कुछ भी people connect with that. Okay, okay. It's a blockchain. What about the possibilities? And I just to discuss it. And blockchain technology was the last year UPSC questions. और एक रिक्वेस्ट है आप सबसे, अभी तो आप लोग बहुत जल्दीबाजी में है बिकॉज यू हैव अ शॉर्ट ऑफ टाइम. ओके वैसे तो आपका हो जाएगा, आई एम वेरी कॉन्फिडेंट. ओके आपको मेरी बुक पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. ओके बट आपको पढ़ना चाहिए था, एक बार पढ़ना चाहिए था. एंड यू पीपल शुड लिसन मी वंस ऑल्सो. बट ओके अभी तो आपका हो जाएगा, आई नो वेरी वेल हो जाएगा. ओके हो जाएगा, लेकिन एक बार अब जो हो गया चलो फाइन, अब उस बारे में बात नहीं करेंगे. चलो फाइन, सॉरी उस बारे में बात नहीं, जो गया उस बारे में नहीं. ओके यू कम टू मोर इन्फॉर्मेशन, टूल किट एंड संदेश. बस इंफॉर्मेशन कम्युनिकेशन टेक्नोलॉजी बेस्ड करंट अफेयर्स ओवर. अब टूल किट इज व्हाट? अब वो यू हैव सीन सम ऑफ द केसेस ओके दैट गवर्नमेंट अरेस्टेड सम पीपल कोर्ट फ्री. ना ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. दैट गवर्नमेंट वाज खालिस्तान एंड समथिंग द पीपल वर गोइंग टू सपोर्ट बिकॉज गवर्नमेंट वांट टू ट्रांसफर द मैसेज इन सम अदर वेज. Okay, that does kind of some Khalistan and some peoples are connecting there. Government is very smart. Neither how the government can maintain the governance system. The focus is something, okay, and divert them in some other places. So it's smart work, okay. And even it's right. Toolkit is what? It is a handy tool, online tool. Okay, generally for any movement or campaign on social media influences. This toolkit form. So toolkit is a handy tool sustaining a movement or campaign in the times on social media influences. Here what happened guys, a document has been created. In this document have a proper explainers. As an explainers, proper explainings are there guys. On an issue as a guide to everybody who is associated with the campaign or can be roped in the give a fillip to a campaign. It also provide a roadmap of how to take forward the campaign or agitation, explaining what needs to be done when and how. तो ठीक है, social media platform है, where for the specific purposes it is going to generate. Up because of the case you people know very well last year what happened, I just brought it. In this way, if any kind of options are coming, so ultimately you people can write it. And one more point guys about Sandesh. If you people are using the WhatsApp, so why you people are not using the Sandesh? It's an Indian WhatsApp. In the locally, I can tell you, it's an Indian WhatsApp. And who launched it? National Informatics Centers launched it. NIC launched it. It's an instant messaging platform called Sandesh on the lines of WhatsApp. Exactly on the line of WhatsApp it is. So that's why I told you, it's an Indian WhatsApp. And who was behind it? National Informatics Centers. Last year launched it guys. Used for all kinds of communication by anyone with a mobile number or email ID. हाँ ये must है. Okay, mobile number or email ID. And one thing more guys, if once you people have registered your mobile number and email ID, so you don't have an option to change it. WhatsApp pe you people are going to change your number, you people can do it. But this type of facility not available here. WhatsApp you can do, but this type of facility not here. The limitation, however, is that app does not allow the users change their email ID and the registered phone number. This is just a drawback. But this type of benefit you will get in the case of WhatsApp. In the case of WhatsApp, you people know very well. So today I finished my topic on target. One day more left. Let me see what about the remaining topics. I'll discuss tomorrow. So tomorrow will be your last class. But those PDF I have given you guys, keep it, revise it, multiple time revise it. And I think so everything will be good. क्योंकि हम सब अच्छे अकेले ही हैं. तो I am positive. You people should also be positive. और you give your exams. Okay. और अगर you have a doubts regarding anything else or something, तो you people connect with me on Telegrams also, yeah, WhatsApp also. तो मैं आपको नंबर भी दे देता हूँ because now it's 4-5 days over. Okay, तो you can connect me there regarding your studies and all. अगर मुझसे कोई ज़रूरत है तो. Okay, लिख नहीं रहा है. Okay, you can connect with me. बाकी whenever I will come in the institution means Khan Study Group in this office. So in the free time you people can come and discuss with me. Agar you are in the nearby areas. Okay, definitely when the class will run, resume again face to face and all, I'll come there. So regarding your doubts, you people can come and discuss with me. So continue. Okay, so thank you everybody, have a good day. Okay, have a good day and bye, take care.